Today, I've got a video that's going to blow your mind. I managed to reach max level and snag best in slot gear in this brand new MMORPG called Aesir Online. And I did this without using a single skill. Yeah, you heard that. No skills, all thrills. But before we get into the juicy details, let me give you a quick rundown on this epic adventure. So Aesir Online is a new MMORPG that promises to take us back to the good old days of 1999. It draws heavy inspiration from your classic MMORPGs. You know, back when dial-up internet was all the rage. Aesir Online whisks us away to a fantasy world steeped in Norse mythology, offering 6 races, 4 classes, and a ton of epic adventure. And guess what? It's currently in beta, so you can get in early for free. Now, you're probably wondering, why on earth would I play without using any skills? Well, it's simple. I wanted a challenge and a test of true gaming prowess. Plus, I was curious if there were any secret rewards or hidden gems for going against the grain. No, I'm just kidding. Little did I know it wasn't easy to find any skills. I scoured every corner of Aesir Online, but no skill books dropped for me. I guess the RNG gods were not on my side. So what's a gamer to do? Wing it, of course, with basic attacks and items. But that didn't slow me down. I'm now rocking the best in slot gear without ever casting a single spell or swinging a skillful sword. But enough chit chat, let's dive into the gameplay and see just how this crazy experiment unfolded. Buckle up, hit the like button, comment your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming antics. Without further ado, let the no-skill adventure in Aesir Online begin. Let's roll. The first thing on our to-do list is character creation. Get ready for a roller coaster of choices, questionable fashion decisions, and maybe a bikini-wearing orc. Because why not? So buckle up and let's embark on this character creation journey together. And remember, if you're not wasting 15 minutes customizing and choosing your character, are you even playing an MMORPG? Oh, and look at this fancy display bar showing off our class stats. Too bad the stats area don't provide any detailed information, and they aren't localized to our selected language. But you know what? We'll just go with our gut feeling. This ain't our first rodeo. For this adventure, I'm going all in with the warrior orc. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a hulking green powerhouse? And yes, you can choose your orc's gender. I went with male, but I could have gone with a female orc, because nothing says fearsome warrior like a bikini-wearing orc. Very lore accurate. The ancient orcish battle attire, the bikini of war. Truly, it strikes fear into the heart of enemies. Alright, enough of that. Let's dive into the tutorial with old Slognarg and see what this orc warrior life is all about. And we're off. Sailing the high seas, minding our own business when suddenly Tom appears. And not to say hello, oh no. He greets us with a pitchfork to the gut. Pretty rude. I thought this was a tutorial, not a stab-orial. But hey, at least the soundtrack is banging and the sound effects of walking on different surfaces are on point. Enter Gaida, our savior from pitchfork-wielding Tom. She gives us our first quest, and that's when I find our first bug. There's a tiny issue with the prompts, but we'll get to that in a bit. Ah, the sweet sound of NPC dialogue. That classic retro style. It's like a symphony of pixels and nostalgia. But wait, here comes our first quest to go talk to Joan. Or John, depending on the day apparently. Our first quest down, and what's our reward, you ask? Well, the rewards aren't all localized, but no worries. The icons are clear enough to make it out. And here's that minor bug again with the tooltips sticking around like an unwanted party guest. Time to consult the game manual. Oh wait, it's not localized either. Bueno, I guess we're on our own, amigos. Who needs a manual anyways? Now we're off to talk to our friend John, or Joan, depending on the day. He's busy prepping away meals. Props for the flies buzzing around and the chopping animation. I like the attention to detail. He wants us to play detective and figure out why the food is disappearing. Rat hunt, anyone? But wait, before we embark on our rat slaying adventure, a brief tutorial on eating apples. Press I to open your inventory, and you to munch on those apples. And here's a classic MMO hiccup. The game doesn't track item stacks in your inventory. So if you're a fan of cluttering your hotbars with multiple apple stacks, well, you're in luck. So now we meet Gus the healer, who proves he's got the magic touch by zapping us with lightning. A bit excessive, don't you think? I mean, I would have just taken his word for it, not a bolt to the face. But no worries, he kindly revives us and we're back on track. Meet Brutus, the one-man show of eye patches, hook hands, and missing legs. Classic pirate fashion. And of course, he needs us to go on a rat killing spree to find his favorite dice. Talk about priorities. Combat 101. Stand near an enemy, face them, press control. No fancy animations, just a slash decal and some numbers. But hey, it gets the job done. And then we find our quest objective. A barrel named Quest 51, Stage 2, Objective 1, Interaction, Description, Barrel. Pretty fancy name for a regular barrel, right? It even talks. Press Q to pick up items. Simple enough. We get Brutus's dice, return it, and now John's back with more quests. And here comes Cassandra, the sneakiest NPC in the game. Foreshadowing? Or just good old mischief? Jesse teaches us ranged combat with a bow and arrow. It's all fun and games until you have to snipe fish from a moving boat. Real MMO stuff, you know? Fishing minigame and all. The struggle is real, but we endure and we overcome this challenge to become the ultimate fish sniper. Finally, we go to meet Captain John. Straight out of Davy Jones' locker, this guy is. He agrees to let us sail to the next port. Off to bed we go. But wait, the day's not over. Cassandra strikes again in our sleep. Being thrown overboard from the ship marks the end of the tutorial. What a wild, electrifying tutorial of lightning, rat quest, and fishy marksmanship that was. But the real adventure is just beginning. We meet Owen, our savior from the ocean. He rescues us from our watery grave and sends us off to meet Duke for some much needed clothing and gear. Now let's check out the map. You press M for map. Makes sense, it's like they planned it. It's well crafted, easy to read, although a little bit on the mall mappy side of things. You're marked with a huge "You Are Here" sign. Super subtle. Quest markers are clear though, and I appreciate the straightforward navigation. I run into another player, but how do I chat? Now it's time to check the key bindings. Quality of life for the win here. You can rebind your keys, so that's a nice feature. But I do want to note that pressing escape does not close in-game windows. That's pretty annoying. By the time I figure out how to chat, turns out it's press enter, our friend disappears. They give us the old virtual vanishing act. But later on, I team up with a player for a boss battle because teamwork makes the dream work. Well, unless your partner's name is Houdini and they disappear on you too. Now we meet with Duke, our fashion guru and gear provider. Weapons and armor for the price of some bat wings. Easy trade, right? Let the bat massacre begin. Our first real quest. Kill 20 bats, collect 12 bat wings. Simple enough. Lucky for us, bat wings are already littering the ground. It's like a winged massacre down there. We turn in the wings to Betty, our friendly alchemist, and get potions. Yay. Next up, we meet Joel, the wildlife enthusiast. I thought he was bugged out in a T-pose here, but it turns out he's just trying to block our path. This animal lover seems really confused. Turns out he just wants us to slay eagles and snakes. Not what I'd expect from an animal tamer, but alright. So at this point I start to get curious when I'm actually going to get some skills. Time to check the character screen. Where are my stats at? And where's my first skill? So I've ran into a few players by now, so that's got me thinking. How many people are actively playing this game right now? Well, look at that. A whopping 8 people are playing right now. Off we go to talk to Tifa, who promises us some new gear by slaying foxes and scorpions. 15 scorpions and foxes later, we've got pelts for days. But wait, enemies can attack during cutscenes? Sweet, because who doesn't love a surprise ambush when discussing fashion choices? And voila! Tifa turns our fox pelts into steel armor, because in the world of Aesir Online, fox pelts are the ultimate source of steel scraps. Off to the shoreline we go, and surprise! It turns out we're basically on Newbie Island 2.0 from RuneScape. I signal the boatman, we've got a ticket to the main landmass. But hold on, let's finish every mission here first. We have 2 missions left to complete this island. We make our way off to Alice to help her with her wolf problem. 20 regular wolves, 5 big bad wolves stand between us and completionist glory. The wolves are playing a grid-style Tetris with us. No worries, HP potions and apples to the rescue. Little did I know, the real challenge lies ahead with the first boss. Spoiler alert, collision issues with wolves were child's play compared to the impending grid-style apocalypse. And now, my friends, we head to the last quest on Newbie Island. Will our completionist dreams come true, or will we be gridlocked by more unexpected challenges? As we approach Isaac, a fellow player Reaper invites us to team up for the ultimate boss takedown. I think, cool, how hard can this be? So we gear up and dive into the boss encounter. Here we are, on a snowy mountaintop, meeting Pogu, who's been possessed by the demon Belapagor. The character model for this boss is sleek and minimalist, but trust me, it screams bad news. Belapagor slams down on the arena, casting AoE after AoE. The attacks are as clear as day, so we run around dodging like pros. Phase 1 complete. He goes vulnerable. Suddenly he unleashes his wolf pack. It's like a furry apocalypse. I dodge, you dodge, we all dodge to survive. Unfortunately, I meet my end in an incoming AoE. My ghostly spirit respawns in town, and I make my way to the priestess for revival. It's like a spiritual pit stop, you know? After a quick chat, I'm ready to face the boss once more. So, there I am, trudging through the wilderness, making my way back to the boss arena. It's like a journey, a pilgrimage, if you will. Little did I know, the real challenge was just beginning. Reaper and I reached the boss arena, ready for round 2, only to realize the quest had not reset. The plot thickens. Quick solution, exit, relog, and presto. Now here comes the ugly head of the pesky wolf body blocking issue. In this fight, they surround you, block your every move, and then bam, boss's AoE attacks rain down on you. No amount of chugging health potions or apple snarfing can save you here. Not exactly a fun mechanic. But Reaper and I are determined, nay, stubborn, to defeat Belphegor. Countless attempts, 30 minutes of struggle, and alas, we surrender. The wolf's body blocking proves too formidable of an opponent. We decide to continue our journey together, back to the shoreline. We set our sights on the main city. Once we arrive, we're surprised by the fact that we'll be able to travel back to the Apprentice's Forest, or Newbie Island 2.0. Grinding awaits. We will come back and defeat Belphegor. And here we are in the bustling city. We shop for weapons and scratch our heads wondering why I'm still stuck with no skills at level 15. Without any answers, we continue on with our traditional townfolk introduction quest. And just as we're preparing for endless grinding, Reaper discovers the ultimate hack. A shortcut to max level, best in slot gear, and it takes less than 5 minutes. How? Well, meet Vani, the fruit bowl merchant, and her magical red apples. I buy 2,000 red apples because, well, why not? We then head to Mario, trade those apples, and boom, 2 million gold and 80 million experience for each and every red apple you give this person. Almost instantly, we jump from level 15 to max level. You'll notice 3 dogs standing behind Mario. Alberto the dog becomes our geared genie. I speak to him and voila, best in slot gear for free. It's raining loot, folks. Now that we're decked out in max level glory and best in slot gear, we make our way back to the docks. But first, we buy a mount, because every MMO needs a mount. Our goal? To finally defeat Belphegor. The excitement is thick in the air. But alas, as we click to travel back, nothing happens. Click again, still no luck. It seems after all that, we're stranded. The dream of revenge remains unfulfilled. And there you have it, my fellow adventurers. Max level, best in slot gear, but alas, no skill. Sometimes the greatest adventures have the most unexpected endings. Until next time, happy gaming, and may your travels be less glitchy than mine.